Welcome to Week 6. We're going to be talking about some important things to prepare you for the rest of your college career. I hope this week doesn't scare you. It may seem overwhelming for us to spread a whole semester out for you in one class, but we want you to be prepared for what is coming. If you are prepared, you won't be surprised. All of your instructors may or may not conduct classes the same, but the basic idea are true for any class you are in. Whether it's English, carpentry, or calculus, there are similarities among all classes at FTCC. Whether you are coming straight from high school or enrolling after years in the workforce, the first semester of college will pose some challenges. The purpose of this presentation is to help you anticipate those challenges, answer some common questions, and help you understand ways in which the pace of college is different from what you experienced in high school. High school and college are very different. College is set up on a different time schedule, so it is up to you to maintain your homework and studies. You will be seen as an independent learner and you are treated as an adult, even if you still live with your parents. You are completely responsible for your homework, attendance, grades, and attitude. Things in college are vastly different than they were in high school. It is not enough to know that something happened. In college, we want you to know why. In college, we want a deeper understanding of things you learned in high school. Remember we presented information to you about the Student Learning Center? The faculty there can help you with your courses even before you need help. They can help you to be a successful student. Consider dropping by soon to meet them and how they can help you each semester. Read your syllabus and plan ahead for those unexpected things that come up and bite you when you're not looking. This is essential. Many of you are adult learners and have outside obligations that can wreak havoc on your study and homework plans. I was an adult learner too who went to school full-time while working full-time and handling household duties too. My rule of thumb was to do as much of an assignment as I could early, so if something happened, like the internet went out, happened a lot to me, I live in the country, I was okay. I didn't panic much. You are here to learn, to master the content of your classes, not just to memorize dates and events. Understanding why things happened, not just when. College opens up a whole new level of learning. We want you to think critically. We welcome your wisdom as adult learners and look to you to be a model for the younger students in class. But remember, if you need help, ask. We are here to help everyone. As I mentioned, I was an adult learner and it was not easy. I focused on one assignment at a time, one day at a time, and I worked ahead to alleviate some of the anxiety of not knowing what was coming next. There are no dumb questions. Just think, you are probably voicing the question someone else is dying to ask. Chances are great that if you're asking, someone else needs to know too. If you do not ask questions, you cannot learn why something is the way it is. Seriously, work ahead, stay current in class. Remember the calendar I showed you earlier? I know it looks silly, but it helps. Things seem to gather at the same time. Midterms and finals tend to do that. If you plan ahead, you won't be overwhelmed. Also, planning ahead and being prepared are two of the main things that relieve test anxiety. If you know the material and are comfortable, you are less likely to freak out during test time. It's not easy, but it can be done. I was an adult learner who worked full-time and attended college. It's not impossible. If it were, no one would ever do it. You can do it if you plan out your time. Plan it hour by hour if you can. Remember last week when we discussed the impact a withdrawal will have on your financial aid GPA? It is best to try to stick it out, but we understand that sometimes you just need to withdraw from a class. It is not going to be an issue unless you do it over and over again. Do not make it a habit. Isn't it strange that we have to tell students not to have their cell phones out? We as a society have become so attached to our phones, we do not even realize that they are in our hands. So we remind you, please put it away. Listen to the instructor. He or she is there to give you a message, to help you learn, to make you a better person. Let him or her do that. Our instructors are here to help you learn and grow. They want you to succeed. Please treat them with respect. They sat where you are sitting right now. They started out in college just like you are. They know how you feel. Been there, done that. Advisors post their office hours outside their office door. It changes every semester because their class schedule changes. If you're having a difficult time reaching your advisor, ask the secretary of that department if anyone else is available to assist you. If you are absent, You are absent. A doctor's note will not get you out of being counted as absent. We have to count you as absent. Without boring you with our policies and rules, just know that we are required by the state to count you. We count you when you're here, and we count you when you are gone. Basically, you count. Now, your individual instructor may be able to work with you on what you missed. I cannot stress this enough. This is the best way to keep up with your schoolwork while you make sure you are prepared for any little situation that may come up. These are not just policies and expectations, they are common sense. You are an undergraduate college student now. Please take note that if you want to get into a health program or the funeral service education program to include the North Carolina Funeral Director Diploma Program, you may need to maintain an 80 or a B average. This is where it is important to talk to your advisor and read your syllabus. One more thing I would like to add to this. All of your instructors were once brand new students. Many of them started college after they served in the military or after they were in the workforce for a few years. They understand where you're coming from because they were there once too. You are expected to be a motivated self-learner. If you find that you are not or can't keep up, please go to the Student Learning Center in the Virtual College Center, VCC, room 232. They will not only help you with your studies, they can help you be an active learner. The great thing about college is that you learn new ideas from people who are very different from you. Here at FTCC, we are fortunate to be near a large military base. That means we have a diverse population with many different cultures. Embrace those differences, even if you do not always agree with them. They may not agree with you either. We are all here for one common goal, to learn and to grow. Also remember that you will be counted absent regardless of the reason you were out. Please do not be absent too many times. An instructor can withdraw you if you miss too many classes. Learning as a group helps us learn how to be part of a team in the workforce. It is not always easy and not always fun, but it is part of the learning process. Do your part, be positive, and supportive of your group members. Please visit the Student Learning Center and the library before you need help. Both resources are excellent for helping you research papers, find information for assignments, and if you need some help, the faculty at the Student Learning Center will certainly provide you with that. Now, let's move on to the second half of our term. I think that by now, most of us are already there. These are important points. Where are you in your studies? Can you see any improvement in your work? Do you feel more comfortable as a college student? At this time in the term, you should have a pretty good idea of how you want the rest of the term to go. If you have to withdraw, please try not to completely withdraw. Stay in as many of your classes as you can. If you are really struggling, you can seek help. We all have moments when we just can't take it anymore. We are overworked, stressed, or are arguing with our friends, spouse, significant other, or parents. We think education is the least important thing at the time. We have all been there one time or another. Take a deep breath. Think about the short term and the long term. Sure, things are hard now, but if you get through this class, it will always be there on your transcript. It will never go away. Your grade won't leave you, won't argue with you, and won't cause you to gain weight. Of course, if it is a bad grade, it will always be there too. Grades are like tattoos. They never go away. If you register early, you will have a better choice of class times and days. I'm sure there are many of you who are taking classes that are all over the place because you registered late. Don't make that mistake again. Hooray! We get to take hours and hours of final exams, said no one ever. At this time, you should be able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. The term is almost over and all you have to do is get through it. Why do I keep telling you over and over to plan ahead, to know what is coming up? Because I've been there. I had finals, I had cumulative, also called comprehensive, final and essay finals, and multiple choice, and all of those horrible things. I know what you're up against. We all do. That is why we give you a syllabus in the beginning, so you're not surprised to find out the final is a combination of everything you covered all semester. Every brand new college student struggles with his or her first semester. Everyone. There are very few people who, if they're honest, would say that their first semester in college was a breeze. I would certainly never say that. College is hard, but just like my dad used to say, anything worthwhile is usually hard. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. Thank you for participating. Remember, you can go back and view this again as many times as you like.